Hey everyone, I just got back from the wholesale nursery and I wanted to let everyone see some of what I got. So I'm just going to be starting to grab things and I will tell you the names of them and hopefully you find it interesting. Okay. So the very first spot I go to when I go to the nursery is the clearance section. And today I just happened to get lucky because the gal was like, you know what? I was just about to throw all that stuff away. So she's like, if you want to take it. So there is let's see, this is called a polka dot plant. But what I was really excited about is there was a few strands of string of turtles, little itty bitties that I'm just going to repot into new soil. And some of them actually, look pretty good. So that was my steal today. And then at this particular nursery, they also don't really care if you pick up things off the ground and throw them on a tray. So I found a lot of burro's tail or donkey tail and this Hindu rope plant. So these were all my clearance goodies today. Okay, so then I got a whole tray of really colorful Fittonia, and I like to use this for my terrariums because they really like humidity and they just have a lot of really fun colors. So I am really excited to make some terrariums with this. So then I got this string of hearts, and it is Ceropegia woody, I think is how you say it. I'm really bad with Latin names, but I loved how long this is. A friend of mine, she has a shop, and she has two of these, one in each corner, and they're probably I don't know, at least 12 feet. And so they just look amazing. So I definitely kind of went through all of them and found the healthiest looking, longest one that I could. So that was exciting. And then I have just really been loving philodendrons. And this one is called a lemon heartleaf philodendron. And I love these because they're kind of like pothos. They have all different kinds of varieties, but they grow really fast and they propagate really easily. So I have a lot of the heart ones, but I picked up this kind of neon looking one today. And I haven't decided if I'm going to keep it or if I'm going to sell it. So I'll have to decide. Right. Then I got a few trays of succulents for an upcoming class that I'm going to be doing at Seasons Design Studio. And then I'm going to have another, that's going to be in March, and then I'm going to have another one in April. where it's going to actually be 2 different dates, and that's going to be at Linnea's Boutique in Lacey. So I wanted to go ahead and grab these so that I can make sure I had enough for everyone. Alright, so here's some really fun ones that I got. These are 2 different varieties of donkey's tail, also known as burro's tail. And so this one, you can see it's got like longer, pointier stems. And then this one is kind of a more compact, rounded stem. So these are both really fun to use. Then these are, I got a couple of different varieties of Ripsalis, which these do well in terrariums, but they also do well just in pots. So then I got some really cute little compact jade. So that is that tray there. So these are also kind of becoming one of my favorites. These are they're satin pothos, but they're called exotica, and they have these huge leaves that's like, they're really, so I love these. And then this is a smaller, more compact version. This is called a satin pothos. So both grow well, and I just love the like spotted look to the leaves. All right, I got a few. Every time I go, they always have a different type of hanging cactus. And so today, this is the one they had. It's called a moonlight cactus. And it just, you can see it grows, it branches off of other areas, and then they have a lot of aerial roots. So I thought these were really cool, so I got a couple of these. All right, so this is massive. This, even though it has some parts that are dried up, I couldn't pass up this string of bananas because I just love how long it is. It's probably, gosh, I'm 5'3", and this is touching the ground. So that, so I'd have to figure out. It's really heavy though, so I might have to split it up into sections. So also for my upcoming classes, I got some of these large Echeveria succulents and just tried to find ones that had a lot of color. And then I also got this variegated crassula. I just love the look of it with the stripes and the hints of pink, and so I'm really excited to have these at classes as well. All right, so here is a different type of Ripsalis. It says it's a Beccafera, I believe is how you say it. And then I got this really sun-kissed jade. So I probably will split these up into smaller pots for so that there's more of them to go around. All right, so this is another one of the philodendrons I was telling you that I love. This is the velvet leaf philodendron, and the leaves actually feel velvety, and they just have all these different, I don't know if you can see it, there's like all these different shades of like maroon and pink, and they have a lot of new growth coming off of them. So I love to hang these, and to, when they start to get really long, you can always chop off some of the ends and propagate them in water, and then you'll have a whole new plant. So yeah, these are ones that I usually pot up and I have for sale at Sweet Magnolia, and I try to keep them in fairly neutral pots so that they can be, you know, work for anyone. So if you are interested in getting one of these, just let me know. All right, so here is another tray. This is more of that jade, and then I also got some of the, like these big fatter donkey tail, and then let's see, I only got one of these, but I thought it was a really pretty air plant. And then I got, they only had two, so I got the two they had. This is another type of philodendron. This is a pink princess, and so I just loved the speckled look on it. I think that it's definitely just an eye, you know, catcher. And with these, I'll tell you what, with these burro's tail, these leaves come off so easy. And so there's, like, in my back seat, there's a whole like pile of the leaves that have fallen off, but I just grab them, and like there's some in here, and I literally just put them back on the soil, and then eventually they're going to sprout a new baby, and they'll start to fill in the area where the leaves fell off. So yeah, you have to be really careful with those, because they definitely fall apart really easily. So another tray of some different varieties of succulents here. And these are the echeverias that I got. These are 2-inch ones, and the ones that I showed you earlier, those were the bigger 4-inch version. So they just have a little bit of different varieties. And this is what I was talking about when I said the 4-inch ones. So you can see that there's just different types of them, and a lot of them are flowering, but I just tried to pick the prettiest, healthy looking ones that they had. So again, these are going to be for arrangements that we're going to be making at upcoming classes. They are also always available to purchase. You just have to let me know. And I tried to find ones that you wouldn't normally see, like at Lowe's or Home Depot, even Trader Joe's. So and these are going to be potted into my healthy succulent soil that I mix myself. All right, so last but not least, I know that cactus or cacti are not everybody's cup of tea, but I think they're really underrated because they have so many types and they're so cool. So this is one that I just loved because if you look really closely, there's actually like 2 types of stems on this guy. And I don't know what it's called. I'm gonna Google it, but I got every single one of these that they had because I just thought these are so cool. They would make like awesome hair, right, as like into a planter. And I think they're so cool. And then if they get long enough, they could trail eventually too. So grabbed all those that I could find. They had some monkey's tail, just single stem. I know it looks kind of funky, but these are actually a more expensive cactus. Then let's see. There's some that I only got one of. This guy and this one. There was a lot of them that had one main cactus and then like 2 baby cacti, and I just thought it was a little too body part looking, so I did not grab those. Then I got a bunch of also what they had of these are called fairy tale cactus, and usually there's like a whole bunch of them clumped together, and these look really cool in arrangements. And then I got a bunch of these. I can't remember the name, but I just thought they kind of look like a ghost type. And let's see. There's just, some really interesting looking ones. So I think that you can have a lot of fun with these cactus. This is actually an example of what I was talking about. But I loved the color between the 2 of them. So I did grab that one. And then, let's see, I got a couple of these. I really need to be better at learning the names, but I just don't know them all. So I got a bunch of these because I just think they're a really nice like contrast piece in an arrangement, and yes, they are sharp. So be careful when you are handling these. I just poked myself. And let's see, a lot of these too, you'll find that if you have them out in the sun, they will actually turn different shades. So like this one has some green, but then it also has some like purpley blue. And let's see, I thought this guy was funny because he had a little like arm. And this one, all these different shades. So this is the 64 cacti. I probably stood there with the grabber tongs probably for an hour. Just they had about 400, and I just like literally was just going through each tray and just picking out the ones that I wanted to get and that I thought that were the most unique looking and that people would really like. So if you don't have any cactus, here are some that you could add to your collection and give them a try. All right, let's see. I think that is everything. I did get a couple of things just for me. So I will show you. I have been wanting to plant more roses, and so they only had two roses, so I grabbed this pink and then I grabbed this red guy here too, because I think these will be really beautiful. And then I have a really hard time keeping Boston ferns alive, but I have found that there's a ton of different varieties of ferns, and so I've been kind of experimenting with them. So far I've been able to keep an asparagus fern alive, and then this one is called a button fern. So it says that the care is you want to keep the soil evenly moist, so I'm definitely going to have to keep this in my line of sight where I remember to water it frequently, because as you can imagine, being a succulent and cactus person where I barely have to water them, I forget. And also I have a lot of houseplants, so I try to find ones that are really not super finicky. So I have a lot of snake plants, ZZ plants, philodendrons, pothos, all of those. And so yeah, but I loved the look of this one. This one's called button fern, and so I'm going to try this one out. So I'll let you know if I'm able to keep it alive. So yeah, but again, these are the Photonia for the terrariums. I've just been getting into those and mixing my own soil, and then just having a lot of fun putting them together with putting these with like moss and different kinds of wood or rocks. So that's been a lot of fun too. So anyway, that is my haul from today. I was at the nursery for 3.5 hours. It is a time warp when I go in there, because they give you this iPad and a scanner, and you just go through, and every tag, like for example, right, you just scan it and it tells you how much it is, and it also tells you how many are available. And so then it's that time for me to go through and like with these succulents, for instance, I'll go through and I will just try to find the ones that are, have the biggest, stems, or they just, all their leaves are really healthy, and or if they just have a really unique look, like that one. You can see it has some texture on the leaves, which I just think is really cool. And I think I've probably said really cool and like a lot of times, so I'm trying to get better at catching myself. So if you are putting up with this this live, if you've gotten this far, thank you. I'm going to continue working on my speaking skills and trying not to say those things all the time. So yeah, but this is some of the succulents. And again, like I chose this one because it has a whole other succulent growing off of it, which, it amazes me every single time when I see that it grew a whole other plant off of it. So I just think it's really amazing. These are flowering. A lot of that succulents will flower multiple times in their life. So, 3 or 4 times. They don't hurt the plant necessarily. Some people choose to leave them on. They like the look of it. I will say that they do pull some of the energy away from the mother plant and just focusing on it staying alive. So, but it's up to you. You can snip them off, and I've even snipped them off before and put them in like a little bud vase, and they've lasted for like 1 or 2 weeks, like the length of flowers. So I just love how there's all these different varieties, and yeah. Woo. And again, I'm just going to go back to my my free pile that I got, just to show you again, because I was so excited. And it just, they just throw them away. So I can't ever say no. So the lady was like, literally take these from me. So these are like a type of fern that I'm going to clean up and use in a terrarium. And I think there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 or 7 of these little tiny string of turtles that they're just, the soil is soaked and they just need to get like dried out and then completely repotted. So I'll actually take all of the soil off and just repot it into freshly mixed soil. So it is starting to rain on me. But yes, so these, I will probably take all of these burrows tail leaves off of the bottom and put them in some soil. I'll spritz it down and cover it with some saran wrap and try to get these to grow and propagate quickly. So anyway, but I'm going to end the live because now I'm getting rained on and I need to get all of these things into the greenhouse that's in my backyard. So thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.